alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm Jamila. Welcome to another episode of Maggi Diaries. Today I have with me an amazing friend and sister, Maryam Bukar. I call her baby sis. She's the international and world-renowned spoken word performance artist, and she's also a motivational speaker. So I hope you'll motivate me in the kitchen today.
Definitely.
If I just see you come, I'm feeling motivated. So what you're going to do is to pick one of these recipe cards, and whatever you pick, it's like your dream will just come true. So just pick one.
Okay.
This one is Ojoro. That time when I Ooh, I didn't see that too.
Mixed potato layer.
Oh wow. When we come back, we'll have all our ingredients prepped and we'll start making our mixed potato layer. We'll be right back. How do you maximize your last 10 days of Ramadan?
For me, I just have a timetable because first of all, I can't go for itikaf. Everyone has their strength and I don't want anybody judging me. But what I do is I have a timetable because sometimes even during Ramadan, I have a lot of work to do. So what I do is I have a timetable, right? And then I have a time that I must be home. So for me, say 4 p.m. I'm home because I do have help making iftar and all of that. But again, I need to get in the spirit and the vibe because you want to be able to wake up at night to pray the night prayer. And even though some people try to wait till the odd days to pray the night prayer, it is still advised that you actually still pray the night prayer throughout
the last 10 days.
Right, because you still get that forgiveness when you ask for. So I get myself prepared to be able to pray the night prayer every day for the last 10 days. Then the second thing that I do is that I do the dua, which Aisha radiallahu anha asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about in regards to. She said that she asked him, what if she knows the day of Laylatul Qadr, what would he advise her to do? And then he, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, said that she should recite the dua that says, Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'afu anni. So that is another thing that I do. The third thing that I do is I still try as much as possible to be able to speed up my recitation of Quran, not in terms of when I'm reciting, but in terms of what I'm covering. You know, so even if I start slow at the beginning, towards the end, I put in that pressure because I want to get all that reward. So those are like the three things that I try to do.
So I have just put in my onions and my peppers. So I'm just sauteing them. I'm going to season now with my Maggi chicken cube. My Maggi chicken. Put this in. And then I'll add a little bit of my signature jollof. That is here. Just a little bit, tiny bit. My signature jollof goes in. Well, so this has been pre-cooked already, but it's not so tender. It still can hold itself. All right, so we're just gonna put this in. We'll just layer it. So at this point, I'm just gonna lower the heat.
So should I break the eggs?
Oh yeah, you can crack the eggs for me now. So I'll crack the eggs while I add in my smoked fish. So I'm just gonna crumble this in.
So how do you maximize your 10 days of Ramadan?
Oh, wow. My 10 days, you know, like how everybody looks forward to 10 days in the last 10 days, last 10 days, you know? Like if you had gotten weak from sometime around the second 10 days of Ramadan, this last 10 days, you know that, okay, everything that you're doing for the reward, the bonding, and then of course we're all seeking the night of power. So what I do, just like yourself, you know, like for me, the last 10 days, I'm not waiting for the odd days or anything. What I do is first 3 days for thanks, second 3 days for istighfar, forgiveness, and the last 3 or 4 days.
Ya Allah, this is my list.
You know, I've done all of this and I've praised you and I've thanked you and I've asked for forgiveness. Ya Allah, just accept my prayers, accept my dua, And it just is like saying goodbye to Ramadan.
Right,
so
which is sad.
Very emotional at that time. And it's like, and I'm asking and I'm just...
Really?
How? And I'm crying, like, sincerely. So I don't joke with this, the last 10 days.
Oh, no, nobody should joke with that.
For me, so... Yeah. Just crumble this in. 2, right? Yes, 2 of the Maggi chicken. And then... gonna look pretty when it's done and set.
It already looks pretty.
Yes, and did I tell you I have a guest that's coming in?
Oh no, you forgot.
Oh, I have a guest coming in. Her name is Jamila, all the way from Niger.
Jamila the Jamila.
Okay. You know, there's this song, Jamila the Jamilu. And you know when they do that time, I used to get very upset.
Because you didn't like anyone, Jamilu. Anya. Sorry.
Maybe sis, don't try me. Let's cover this. Thank you. So we'll cover this with a lid. We'll let it sit for a while so that the eggs can set. And when we come back, our guest will be here. Jamila will be joining us for iftar. Maryam, I think you better go start setting up the table.
I got you on that one.
We'll be right back.
Welcome.
I know that's why I wanted to pull down. Jake is out there.
Have a seat.
The deliciousness that you wanted to bring my dog. I mean, the thing that we've been just in the kitchen need Maryam. You know how to maximize our last 10 days because Kashi is closed. So how do you make the most of your last 10 days, Ramadan?
Okay, in the kitchen I make it simple and healthy. Simple, I'll have time to make my du'as, pray, seek for forgiveness. Healthy will give me the energy to work, pray, and do all the chores in the house.
That's a fantastic.
Yeah. Great, I love that balance. So she strikes a balance between food, spirituality, and health.
Yes.
Mashallah, that's beautiful. After enjoying my delicious mixed potato layer, what do you have for me? Or what do you have for us?
Just say you want it one.
How about?
Say it.
You know now, my friend.
So, this piece is a short one, and it just highlights a couple of things that we strive to stop during Ramadan, or just to enhance our spirituality, and it's just about Islam generally. So here goes. What does Islam mean to you? We are larger than ever in number, but in Iman a few. Following desires, introducing things anew. Taking the deen as a shopping mall, only picking things that suits. But is it Islam who needs us, or is it we who do? Don't think I'm a saint, I'm a sinner too. I admonish, but these messages are for me first, and then you too. But of what use is piling up money and being miserly when it is only by the virtue of the weak ones amongst us that we are blessed? Of what use is running your mouth backbiting when it would be caged, while other parts of you speak for or against you? So when you've walked a mile in your life, take a stop, look into the mirror, analyze your journey. And if you've strayed, ask Allah to guide you. For He is Al-Hadi, and He awaits your hey to guide your way.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much. Thank you for this
reminder.
Beautiful, beautiful reminder.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can share, can eat now.
Please continue. Jazakallah khair for watching this episode of Maggi Diaries. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you also loved Maryam's recitation. Don't forget to join us tomorrow, inshallah, for another interesting episode. Remember to follow us on our social media pages at Maggi_Nigeria on Instagram and at Maggi Nigeria on Facebook. Assalamu alaikum. Say bye. Say bye bye.
do, 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 do.